They say fashion has unwritten rules. And rule number 1? Women over 60 shouldn't wear crop tops. But why should we listen? Today, we're not just breaking that rule, we're rewriting it. I know what you're picturing, a tiny shirt for a 20-year-old. But let me ask you, have you ever tried on something you loved, only to hear that voice say, "You're too old for this"? You're not alone. Here's the truth. One of the most flattering, leg-lengthening, confidence-boosting pieces a woman can wear at our age is actually a crop top. Not a belly shirt, but what I call the modern crop top. A smart, elegant tool that helps you look taller, more refined, and completely confident. So if you're ready to throw out the old rulebook, let's begin. First, we'll uncover why fashion is never just about clothes. It's about finding your truest voice. For decades, we dressed for others, for the office, for parent-teacher meetings, for society's expectations. We grew up hearing, a proper lady should dress modestly. Sometimes, just 1 inch above the knee was enough for a raised eyebrow. But 60 is different. This chapter is for us. This is our time to choose, without apology, whatever brings us joy. I remember last year, I bought a fabulous, bright yellow maxi dress. A friend told me, "That dress makes you look so much younger." And I just smiled and replied, "Oh no, I'm not trying to look younger. I'm just trying to look more like myself, in all the colors I want to wear." Wearing a modern crop top at this age isn't about trying to turn back the clock. It's like adding a brilliant new chorus to the symphony of your life. The bold, joyful crescendo, not the quiet introduction. We're not afraid of getting older. We're afraid of being overlooked. And fashion is one of the most powerful ways we have to say, "I am still here, and I still have value." This isn't just a feeling, it's a movement. It's no accident that brands like H&M and magazines like Vogue are celebrating women in their 60s, 70s, and beyond. The fashion industry is finally waking up to the fact that we are not just consumers. We are a driving force. So let me ask you, what's that one piece of clothing you've always dreamed of wearing? Maybe a bold color, a daring cut, that you now finally feel free enough to try. Freedom is the first step, but freedom with wisdom. That's what makes style timeless. So how can we wear a crop top with elegance and grace after 60? Let's explore that in the next part. We've talked about freedom in fashion, but freedom alone can sometimes feel a little unanchored. What turns freedom into timeless style is wisdom. The key to elegance isn't what you wear, but how you wear it. Stylists often rely on a timeless principle called the rule of thirds. Imagine your body in 3 sections. An outfit looks most balanced when it creates a 1-3 proportion on top and a 2-3 proportion on the bottom. A shorter top with a high-waisted bottom is the easiest way to achieve that beautiful balance. And more importantly, this isn't about showing skin. It's about beautifully highlighting your proportions. So, how do we bring this theory to life? I have 3 simple style formulas for you. First, the casual chic. Picture a soft, cashmere, boxy sweater paired with high-waisted straight-leg jeans. The sweater drapes beautifully without clinging, while the jeans define your waist and elongate your legs. Second, the modern classic. This is inspired by the iconic Katharine Hepburn. Take a crisp silk shirt, tie it elegantly at your natural waist, and pair it with a high-waisted midi skirt. And third, the confidence layer. Wear a simple crop top underneath and layer a long-line blazer or cardigan over it. you still get that wonderful leg lengthening effect, but you feel completely covered and secure. Of these three styles, which one speaks to you the most? The casual chic, the modern classic, or the confidence layer? Or maybe, like me, you love a little bit of all three? I have a pair of white linen trousers I call my Italian vacation pants. One day, I paired them with a short navy silk top. It wasn't just about the clothes. It was about the way they transformed my mood. Suddenly, I felt like the best version of myself. As Coco Chanel once said, simplicity is the keynote of all true elegance. This approach fits perfectly with what so many of us want. A 2023 ARP survey found that 68% of women over 55 care more about comfort and confidence than chasing trends. But here's the real secret. Elegance doesn't end in the mirror. It begins in how we feel inside. And that's exactly what we'll dive into in the next part. We've talked about how a crop top can be styled with elegance after 60. But let's pause for a moment. Because true elegance doesn't stop in the mirror. It begins with how you feel inside. The most important thing to remember is this. We dress for ourselves, not for a trend. I like to call this intuitive dressing. I remember trying on a beautiful boxy sweater in a dressing room once. I adored it. But then that little voice piped up. Can you really pull this off? And I put it back. And maybe you've had a similar moment too. Standing in a dressing room, holding something you loved, only to walk away. If you had bought it, how do you think you would have felt wearing it today? As the writer Brené Brown teaches us, courage isn't about not feeling afraid. Courage is feeling fear and choosing to step forward anyway. And sometimes, courage is simply buying the sweater you love. If you're still feeling a little hesitant, let's talk about baby steps to boldness. Because style isn't a race, it's a journey. Start with a safe gateway. A cropped cardigan worn over your favorite maxi dress. Or try the no-risk experiment. Take a favorite button-down shirt and tie the ends at your waist. Of these baby steps, which one feels the most comfortable for you to try first? Your comfort, both physical and emotional, should be your personal style mantra. A report from the Global Wellness Institute highlighted that emotional and mental well-being is the #1 priority for consumers over 50. What we wear has a direct impact on how we feel. So, once we've made peace with our own choices, there's only one last hurdle. Because let's be honest, the loudest critics aren't always in our own heads. Sometimes they're sitting across the dinner table, and that's where we're headed next. So, once we've made peace with our own choices, there's only one last hurdle. It's no longer the voice inside your head, but the worry about the voices on the outside. There will always be someone who thinks, a woman your age shouldn't wear that. Those comments can come from anywhere. A stranger, a well-meaning friend, and sometimes, the loudest critic of all is that little fashion police officer living in our own minds. A friend of mine recently said to me, "Aren't you worried that's a bit too young for you?" I just smiled and said, "Oh, I'm not trying to look younger. I'm just trying to look more like myself." Sometimes a calm, confident answer is the only shield you need. And we are not alone. The pro-aging movement is flourishing online, with thousands of women in their 60s and 70s sharing their style and gathering millions of followers. This isn't an exception anymore. It's a cultural revolution. Have you ever received an unsolicited comment about your outfit? And after all is said and done, here is what I truly want to share with you. Think about the women you admire most in your life. Do you remember the exact dress they wore to a party 20 years ago? Or do you remember how they made you feel? Seen, inspired, loved. As the great Maya Angelou said, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." Your confidence, your energy, that is the feeling people will carry with them. Your confidence is your most precious accessory. It shines brighter than any diamond, and it never ever goes out of style. If you had a little confidence mantra you could tell yourself every morning, what would it be? And that, my friends, is the final and most important secret. True beauty isn't in the garment, it's in the grace of the woman wearing it. When you truly believe that, then choosing a crop top, or a bright red dress, or anything else you love, is no longer a scary question. It's simply a choice. And that choice is yours to make. So, we've journeyed through the myths, the fears, and the moments of courage. And now we come back to that one big question. Should women over 60 wear crop tops? If a crop top means a beautifully proportioned piece that honors your body, makes you feel taller, more elegant, and full of life, then my answer is a confident, unapologetic yes. The next time you stand in front of your closet, remember this. Fashion doesn't have an expiration date. The only rule that truly matters is, does this bring me joy? You have lived. You have learned, you have loved. You no longer have to dress to please the world. You now have the beautiful right to dress to honor yourself. When you give this video a like or subscribe to our channel, you're doing more than just supporting me. You're helping to grow a community where women of every age are seen and celebrated. I would be so honored to walk alongside you on the journeys to come. And my final question for you. If you could whisper one affirmation to yourself in the mirror tomorrow morning, what would it be? I have a feeling your words might just be the inspiration another woman reading the comments needs to hear. Thank you for being here. Now go out there and wear your joy.